Ivy Lee's Luxe Makeup and Beauty Lounge is located at 233 South Federal Highway on the first floor of the Boca Grand Building in Boca Raton. The number again is 561-409-4065.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
It's the Becky and Boca Show, coming to you live every Thursday night at 6 p.m. from glamorous downtown Boca Raton. I'll show you how to live life in style in one of the country's most elegant cities, nestled right along the beautiful Atlantic beaches between Palm Beach and Miami. So sit back, relax, and let me show you how to indulge yourself Boca style. Hello, welcome to the Becky and Boca Show. I'm looking forward to tonight's show. I have Michelle and Kylie here. And Michelle is, a lot of you around town probably know her. Hey, she is so Boca.
There you go.
She's a kind of a social media maven, I think.
I would say so.
Okay.
At this stage of the game.
And I've been wanting to get you in here for a long time. You know that. I've been in touch with you. And I see you all over town. And I like to bring other women up that are doing things around Boca. I love your stuff.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to bring you in here and let you tell me what you're doing. And this is your lovely daughter.
This is my daughter, Kylie.
Okay. You guys just got back from Italy.
We did.
Yeah. I was
a Galavan.
I was watching that on my social media.
We traipsed over.
Yeah. I mean, we just came over for you.
Yeah, we just flew back for you.
Well, I was afraid you were going to be back in town.
Oh, no, I
started
would not
looking
do
at
that.
your social media. I'm like, oh, no, she's not even in
I
town.
mean, did I get that message true? I think you
might be in Italy.
Back, or maybe you're still in Italy. Yeah.
And you're a flight attendant,
I am a flight attendant.
Well,
yes.
how fun is that?
Yeah, it's the best. It's a great job.
Yeah.
We love that she's a flight
I
attendant.
I have all the tips and tricks.
I like to mention that every time I'm like, oh, I'm in Italy. My daughter's a flight attendant. You know, I'm a working girl, so trust me, you know. But it's
flight attendant has become part of my identity without even trying. It's like, hi, I'm Kylie the flight attendant.
I'm Kylie the flight attendant.
Well, that's a cool job, though.
It's a great job.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
It's an unusual and cool job.
It is. Yeah. It allows me to travel, and that's what I love to do. So, you know, works for me.
She's amazing at putting vacations together, and we've done a few, like, in the couple of years now. We went to Europe last year for a wedding, and this was also for a wedding with another good friend of our family. Yeah. And Kylie planned it all really well, and very I don't know if this is the right word, but very budget consciously for our family, which is nice.
You were telling me about that before. Is this something you do in Boca too?
Well, we're going to be doing a big blog post on
how to travel.
Yeah, we do write a little bit on the travel. We're going to start adding more too, because we're doing more of it, and we're a mom and young adults. I like to say I'm a midlife mom of millennials.
It's hard to take your whole family on vacation, especially to Europe. So if you have any tips, I have 2 boys that I would love to take. But you know.
It's all about balance, doing a little bit of what everybody wants to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, like the first night, Kylie was very adamant that we had
Florentine steak.
Yes. I heard about the Florentine steak one more time. She's like, we're going to have Florentine steak, and this is where we have a reservation. And the roads are really narrow, you know, in Florence. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to die because I'm claustrophobic. So I was like, oh, my God, let me have a glass of wine before I get in the taxi. And they won't let you bring anything in the... No.
And they drive like maniacs.
Oh, my God, yes.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a different style of driving there.
But we were fine, and it was amazing. The Florentine steak that we had.
What is Florentine steak exactly?
It is just the thickest
It's like a
piece of meat ever.
Flintstone.
It is
It's like a Flintstone steak.
Yeah, it's a Flintstone steak. They only serve it in Florence. It's like a particular cow there, but it's really good. If you follow Boca, you may have seen it.
If you follow Boca on Instagram,
everything was documented.
For sure, it's under one of the highlights.
If you haven't been following them yet, you're going to start following Boca now.
Yeah, on Instagram for sure. You're going to see tons of stuff on our stories all the time.
I did see you guys in Italy. That's why I was a little nervous that you weren't back in time.
No.
Then I saw something about you were flying out or something like that. Ciao, Italy.
I said, arrivederci. You're right. Thanks for the ride. What was the airline that we...
Lufthansa.
No. What was the one from...
Air de Malti.
Air de Malti, which was amazing. The girls were fantastic. The flight attendants were... the flight crews... we just have such great respect. Not just because Kylie is a flight attendant, but just in general, because that's a tough job.
Oh, no. When I was in college, I was a waitress. And I have more respect for waitresses and waiters than anybody else. And I have friends that I'll send the food back and things like that. I'm like...
do you know this is the hardest job in the
so
world
so hard,
that
isn't
this
it?
person is
I
doing?
must have said thank you, 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 thank you again. Grazie. They were so nice.
Yeah.
It's like being a waitress in the air.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Somebody wants something, they want it now, and
Yeah,
you have all the people to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had just a marvelous time. It was a lot of fun. And wherever we go, we take hashtag So Boca with us.
I
So
know.
we're like, hey, hashtag So Boca's here. And of course, I'm a realtor. So I'm like, hey, I'm with Remax. Anybody want to buy anything here in Florence? Because we have, I think it's Remax Italia. I think that's the brand over there. I'm not sure. So I always try and like incorporate everything.
So before we go any further, first of all, I got to thank Lisa at Ivy Lee's Lux Makeup and Beauty Lounge. She always does my makeup. Have you been in there?
I've been dying to get there.
Oh my
Can you
gosh.
coordinate that for me?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I've been dying to go.
I told her I was interviewing you, and she follows you, so she said,
No, they're
tell her about-
fantastic, and I think their space looks
Oh, they're great.
amazing.
They're
yeah.
great. But
on my
okay,
list.
so tell me what So Boca is.
Okay,
Because I just know you're out there, you're doing stuff, you're posting all the time,
Yeah.
and you have seminars, and plus you're a realtor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am. I'm a realtor,
So-
which is another hard job. Trust me. Don't watch those other shows. They make it look so easy. Oh, here's a handshake. And now we're
HGTV.
done. You're like, oh God, I have no idea what I just cleaned today at one of my listings. But
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah. A couple years ago, I was out and about driving, got stuck in traffic, and since I have to watch my mouth right now,
Yeah, be careful.
I said, I know, right?
FCC
I called
regulations, no
Kylie and I
swearing.
go, I know. I said, oh, someone cut me off in traffic. Has hashtag So Boca. And she's like, Mom, that's kind of a good line.
Yes.
And I was already, I've been here for 40 some odd years, so I love supporting events in the city. And
I know you went to Boca High, right?
yeah, went to Boca High, and my girls went to Boca High.
My son went
we
there.
really
my
love
older
our
son
town.
went to St. Andrews, but my younger son went to Boca High.
Yeah, and we have friends that went to St. Andrews, and back in the day, Boca Academy. My dad started the water slide down at Lighthouse Point back in the day.
Oh,
But
boy.
now, if you had that, there'd be so many lawsuits. It was made out of cement, and kids were flying down a cement like funnel. I mean,
Sounds like fun.
It does
my
sound good.
husband got in trouble because he skipped school one day to go, and he wore overalls, and he got a sunburn. And his dad was like, "Where were you?" Not in school, and he had to fess up. He was at Waterboggin. So it was
Waterboggin.
like really back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That sounds
like
wonderful.
they were building it when the first King Kong movie came out. No, the second one, Jessica Lange. But so I was already out and about, and I
But
really
you know Boca like the back of your hand.
Yeah, I
you probably
do.
know everybody. I feel like I know everybody, but you've been here longer than
Well,
me.
I know
She
a lot
knows
of
everybody.
people,
Yeah.
and I think it's a small town feel, and I always say we're just like. I said to somebody on the plane, I'm like, we're really lucky. We're coming from a beautiful place, but we get to land in a beautiful area. South Florida is freaking awesome.
Right.
And Boca's just simply gorgeous.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I'm not surprised anymore, but everybody seems to know Boca no matter where we go in the world.
It pops up in a lot of movies and
It's
TV
everywhere.
shows. That people refer
People
to
always
Boca.
go, oh, Boca. Yeah,
But not always with a good connotation.
well, typically it's good. And so I started thinking about it. I was like, I'm doing real estate, can be very intense, and I needed some creative balance. And I like to write, and I was already doing Facebook Lives and all of these things that now more people are doing, but
Yeah.
I was doing them 3-4 years ago, and I got on Snapchat actually because of the girls. So if you're in business and you have millennials in your life, listen to them because they will give you sound advice. And then I got on Snapchat and they wanted to kill me. They're
She
like,
used to be mad at us for being on Snapchat. She's, get off your phone, get off your phone. Now it's the other way around. We're like, get off your phone.
I don't think my boys would like it if I went on Snapchat.
But
Hi, it's your mom.
Here's what I like to say. I ended up meeting other real estate professionals
On Snapchat.
on Snapchat, so much so that I went to Mastermind in Park City 2 years ago. Serious business stuff can come from this kind of social media. And so people blow it off and say, oh, social media. I'm like, no.
I met a plastic surgeon that only goes on Snapchat,
Yeah.
and his business
Wow.
card was the little Snapchat
Yeah,
thing.
the little-
And
yeah.
I'm like, but how old do you have to be to get a Facebook?
That's a good question. And Instagram just came out with a new update today about certain products being sold. As a matter of fact, they named Khloe Kardashian, and it's saying, look, only a certain age, below 18, is not going to see certain products, certain diet aids, and things like that. Now they're trying to make it less
Dangerous for the
glamorous
young
and dangerous, I
Yeah.
guess. But So that segued over into Instagram, and I took Boca over there too. And basically,
I know you're on there.
What we started to do was write blog posts and microblogs, I like to say, on Instagram, and the videos and stuff, all about things that you can do in Boca, events that are happening. We started to collaborate with different events and some brands, and it actually, when I say this was not an intentional business, it truly was not. It was just more like, hey, hashtag Boca, okay. And then I started like using it, and it just, it's nice because I can put it behind like nonprofits.
Right.
Like we did, we love to thrift store shop. Love it.
Yeah.
And and we did something for Hospice by the Sea.
Yeah, great place.
And we did a Facebook Live in the store. We picked up a bunch of stuff, and then we came home and we did a shopping haul. And a few weeks later, I was in Las Vegas. I got a phone call, and they said, "We just want to tell you that we had the highest amount of sales the next Saturday
What
that
is
we'd
a
had in
shopping
15
haul? Wait a
years."
minute. You
We
might be
opened it up
losing
and
some
we're
people
like,
here.
"This is what we got!" Like on YouTube, like
Okay.
we
You just
like,
show
we just
everyone
showed
what you
all the
bought.
fun
What you bought.
stuff
Yeah.
that we got,
Okay.
and we just didn't even spend like $50.
They gave us $100.
We couldn't even spend
credit,
it.
yeah, and we couldn't spend
But
it.
we wanted to showcase
Yeah.
the fact that you can go there and really get some fantastic stuff.
Where is this?
Hospice by the Sea off of 20th Street, the resale store.
Oh, the store. I thought you meant the actual facility.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
And my mom was at Hospice by the Sea when she passed away. So we, we're
Yeah.
big fans of what they
Great
do.
place.
And so, it's nice to be able to do that and kind of say, oh, let's do that. And we've had thousands of views of that video.
That would actually be fun to see what you got.
Oh, it's on YouTube. You can see
Okay,
it.
I will look
It's
at
on our YouTube. Now, my YouTube channel is under my name, Michelle Belisari, because
Okay.
I have playlists set up for Boca and things to do, and then I have some of my real estate playlists set up. But yeah,
Okay.
you can find all that stuff on
Okay.
there. Yeah.
That
So
does
we had
sound like
fun with
fun.
that.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, again, it was not intentional, which sometimes that stuff just happens and you go with your gut instinct.
Absolutely.
And we're Aries girls, so we're like, well, we like to execute and then think about how to do it after.
It's just true.
And Aries people out there, exactly what I'm talking about. We're like, oh yeah.
Now, I know you're doing some kind of seminars too.
I
What's that all about?
I do some social media seminars and webinars
Teaching
for,
people how to make
Yeah.
money on social media?
well, how to use it first and foremost, how
Mm-hmm.
to lay it out, and how to leverage it to grow your brand and generate sales. So
Right.
mostly I've done for real estate agents because I know that very well. I've got about, I don't know, close to 9,000 followers on my The Michelle B Instagram, and then I've got, I don't know, 8,300 or something on Boca. But I kind of had to learn that there were some strategies involved and how I wanted my theme to look and what should my bio look like and why would
Yeah.
someone want to follow me and how do you engage on this stuff so that you connect with people, because what's happened is people take the human part out of social media. You still have to be a human being.
Yeah.
You have to talk to people, you have to message them, you have to engage with them, and like Gary Vee says, you can't just like slam someone with a, hey, buy from me. You have to nurture friendships, relationships, and business relationships. So it's kind of nice to take the networking online versus always offline. And in the number one question I get is, have you gotten business from it? Yes. I've gotten business for real estate from it, and I've gotten business for Boca from it.
Really?
So yes, absolutely. Yep. Sponsored posts and different collabs, opportunities with events. And then I recently for real estate, I've been doing some takeovers for a company called homes.com.
Oh,
So
wow.
which has been really, really nice.
Fantastic.
So, it's so funny. You just don't know where these opportunities are going to come from with social media. And that's why I encourage
And it's changing every day
people.
too.
And pick one platform and get to know it well.
Make
and
that
then
one.
and add another one. I say have three. Have your base, and then you have your two, and then you
So
can
you're
go.
on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat? Those are your three?
I'm not on Snapchat that much anymore
Okay.
because my followers and my targeted audience typically is more so on Instagram, Facebook.
What about LinkedIn?
I'm on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is
Do you find that to be useful?
I will tell you that I think it is a fantastic platform right now that businesses absolutely should be on. for connecting, especially B2B. But if you want to be a speaker, you want to be a seminar leader, I think LinkedIn they did basically a facelift of LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. And now you can do organic video on there, and you can do like some similar things that Facebook offered. But I will tell you, the big push is Facebook groups and having your own group and to nurture and work with. And so I've started 2 groups. One is for women in midlife called My Midlife Flight, and the other one is for female realtors. Women to women in real estate. And it's again.
So you start your own group.
Yeah.
And then, wow, look at you. Now, what about all of these young women that have a lot of followers on Instagram? Can they make money?
They're making money.
How do they do it?
Our brands reach out to them, and, I think we follow certain influencers, which I don't think is a bad word. I think influence can be a very good word.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they do. They're
essentially, you're using your target market to show brands to people that don't already know about them.
And then how do the Instagrammers get paid? If they make a sale? Is that the way it works?
Sometimes they get paid straight.
Sometimes
just
it's
to
just to post. Sometimes it's whether you make a sale. Sometimes you make commission so you can buy your own products.
There's a few ways to do it. And I think you need to be really smart about that. And also, I worked for some really good companies. Warner Lambert, which was Listerine, Benadryl, UPT, Sudafed, Zantac, and Menon. And I'm kind of like, look, you have to believe in what you're selling. You can't just sell something to sell it or promote it to promote it. You have to, in my opinion, you need to be ethical about what you're aligning your brand with. Because at the end of the day, it can bite you. As you know. So if you're not a big believer in XYZ, then how can you authentically promote something? I mean, we know people do stuff like that. Although it's kind of interesting. We were watching some TV over in Florence. When I finally got the captions working for my husband, that was a whole thing, but I got it working. And, a lot of actors and actresses are going the influencer route, even though they're stars in their own right. You look at like Jennifer Garner.
Social media following.
Now, to me, Jennifer Garner has done a spectacular job. I mean, she would never have to do another movie because she has an entire brand that's fantastic.
And they sell things through their social media.
Absolutely. Okay. Sarah Jessica Parker, I saw, she did a commercial over there, which aligned very well with her Carrie Bradshaw character. And it was a cute commercial for lingerie over there. And I'm like, I never saw that in the United States. And I was like, I remember George Clooney was hawking something over in Italy and not here. And he caught a lot of flack, but he's like, yeah, but I got paid really well for it.
Right.
I can't remember what it was.
So they sell that stuff through social media?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
They sell tons of stuff. So, I mean, again, for someone who has a full-time 9-to-5 and you want a side hustle, think about what you love, what aligns with you, and follow some people that it makes sense to not copy, but that inspire.
Right.
And I mean, because honestly, it's low-hanging fruit. It costs nothing to get on social media.
Right.
And even if you want to run a Facebook ad, you can run an ad for $2 a day. It's nothing. So, but that's how, it's funny because realistically, that's how Boca really started to get some traction, and it's growing now more, and it cross-pollinates a little bit because I do the real estate, and I've had people find me through
social media,
my Boca stuff, which is really interesting. Not trying, that wasn't the intention of it. It just kind of happened, and I think the face that we put on Boca is we're just kind of regular, people.
I love all your stuff.
I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Fun.
And I see you around town, so it's like she's everywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't see me because I'm in a hat and sunglasses, and people are like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "Oh my god!" How many baseball hats do I own?
In the whole house, probably at least 50 to 60.
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, I always say when we were getting ready for that, I'm like, it takes a village to do this. This is not every day.
That's true.
You can't just run out in your gym clothes because
somebody's gonna somebody.
Big black sunglasses. No,
I'm not Becky today.
That's the other Becky. So no, we just have fun with it. I mean, and now it is basically become a business, and the girls kind of come in and out of it depending on their schedules because they have their own things that are going on. But I drag them in. I'm like, come on, post some So Boca stuff on Instagram. Here's the password.
So what do you got coming up on So Boca?
Well, actually, when we leave here tonight, we're going to Crane's Beach House for a little influencer
cool place.
event.
I know what that is.
That we were invited to. So we're going to run up there.
Cool.
And do that. And there's a few things coming up. The Addison is having a big Halloween party, which they have every year, which is amazing.
Really?
Yeah. Fabulous. Halloween was never my favorite holiday, by the way.
I know Halloween.
And Allie, my younger daughter's usually home. So Allie and I now,
That's
this will be
their
our
thing.
third one. Well, the first year I went as a bee because Michelle B, and it was like
yeah.
last minute. I think I found out the day before. I'm like,
I'll just be a bee.
I'll be a bee, and I think she was a nun.
Is Costume World still there in Deerfield?
No, I don't know where they are.
Oh, people used to get costumes there.
Yeah, back in the I
Very elaborate,
think we
'cause
got
they would-
Andy something one time from there.
We did.
Yeah.
You could go in there and like rent actual theatrical costumes.
Oh yes, they have a
The
beautiful
whole-
costume
yeah.
museum. Yeah,
That was
but
fun.
no, and then last year we went as where did we go as Wednesday and
From the Adams
Dan's
family.
family.
I love
And
that.
all these people saying you look great as a brunette. I'm like, yeah, right.
So
Really?
Wednesday, I am
And
So
who was
Boca.
Really?
So you were the mom on Adam's Family?
Yeah.
And you were Wednesday.
No, Allie was Wednesday.
Okay.
She looked just like Wednesday. But now we have to think about like what we're going to do this year because
Yeah.
now it's a whole thing. But that is a fantastic event. So we collaborate with them, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And there's some really great bloggers and influencers here in Boca, micro influencers. I mean, I've learned a lot from the mom bloggers, believe it or not, because they really have a handle on what their followers like and their niche, and they've been very gracious in showing this older mom like how to really kind of pull it together. So I'm always like, thank you.
That's great, mom groups. Yeah.
Oh, the mommy groups are fantastic. I've learned seriously. Like I said, somebody's got to think outside of the box about who you're learning from. And you know, I'm going to be speaking at these two Remax events in October, and they're like, "What do you want to talk about?" And I said, "You know, I'm midlife, and I'm doing social media. I have a podcast, and I'm not afraid to try this. And I want to encourage real estate agents to really embrace this. And the average age is 52 of a real estate agent, and 67% of realtors are women.
Okay.
So, and what don't women like? We don't like how we look. We don't like how we sound. We don't like how we video. And I'm like, one, there's filters, thank God. But two, there's all these little things that you can do. But if you think about the business aspect and what you can do with a video and how you can break that down into so many other repurposable pieces.
Right.
Will that make you money? Will that kind of take the sting out of that a little bit? And they go, yeah. I'm like, I'm going to show you what I do. And seriously, half the time my videos, even IGTV videos on Instagram and stuff,
So you do videos of the homes you're selling? Do you do that?
Oh yeah, I do
Okay.
behind the scenes. I'm like, hey, check out this pool. Here I am in front of this. Da, 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 da. We're gonna have an open house. Yeah,
Oh, I can see where
behind
that
the
would
scenes,
work, yeah.
a lot, and virtual open houses because, as you know,
Interesting.
sometimes sellers don't want people just coming to
Right.
their house,
If they're still living in it,
and
yeah.
you can't force them to have an open house, but you can do a virtual open house.
Oh, yeah.
And you can do that with your business.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
say that to people, I'm like, why don't you just do virtual, like do
Right.
a show on your Facebook page, like once a week about your specials that you have in your store or your restaurant.
Why don't they?
I think because they run out of time.
Yeah, they're
and
busy.
it's on the back burner. It's not part of the business plan. And that's where I say, hire someone.
Yeah. There you go.
It's easy. Like you know,
Yeah.
you understand that.
I go
it's
out to
fantastic.
businesses
Exactly.
and do, just walk through what is it,
And
show
you
it,
do an amazing
put it on
job with
social
that.
media, and then
Yeah.
and like events, like you do the same thing. If somebody's going to have an event and they're going to have 200 people there, that's
Yeah.
really good. But why not show it to 10,000
Exactly.
people after the fact?
Because you can monetize that
Yeah.
and put it on YouTube and put it on Instagram. You could put it on LinkedIn. You
you
could
don't
put
have
it
to
on
pay for drinks
Facebook.
and hors d'oeuvres for the other 20,000 people, just the 200 that showed up. But everybody
And how
gets
much
to
is that
experience
really
it.
going to cost
Yeah.
you but your time?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I think we're in a very unique young stage of how social media has come about.
And how it's replacing traditional advertising.
and also complimenting it, which is very interesting. You know,
Are
because
magazines still around?
oh yeah, I got a bunch for that plane flight.
Yeah. Oh. Well, yeah. No internet.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to pay for it because I'm cheap. I was like, well, I think at one point I think I did turn it off, and we landed in Frankfurt, and I get this, you have exceeded $100. I'm like, oh God, here we go again.
Painful.
So I made a quick phone call to AT&T.
We were going through customs. I'm like, turn the phone turn it off.
Mom, they're both like, Mom, turn your phone off. You can't be on the phone going through customs. I'm like, okay.
As soon as we're out of customs, she's like, hi, it's me, so Boca. We just went through customs. You're never going to believe what happened.
It's cool. You can have a lot of fun with it, and you can use it for the greater good. That's what I see social media, in my opinion. You can use it for the greater good. And
yeah.
I don't know, especially as we
like
could
the Bahamas and stuff going on in the
I was just going to say
Yeah.
everything that happened with this recent hurricane, and 2 years ago with Irma. We did a fundraiser for the Keys.
And you reach a lot of people through social media about, like I had a young man on last
I saw
week,
that.
Andrew, and he actually was a Bahamian
Yeah, I
that
saw.
lived through the storm. And then
Poor guy.
somebody a few days later messaged me on social media, a wonderful, generous woman, saying that she's going to open her home to 4 Bahamians.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's a social worker, and her husband works for a hospital. They had 2 bedrooms, and she said, and we will take care of them and feed them for as long as they need.
Yeah.
People just, and they see this on social media.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to
It's
to
an
connect
amazing
people.
way, because the Bahamas got hammered. Those particular islands got hammered. So, one, travel to the Bahamas if you're, and I said this about the Keys, if you're making travel plans for the holidays and it's going to be cold, support the Bahamas. Those particular islands right now, obviously, you're not going to go to, but
You can go to Green Turtle Cay.
You can go to Harbor Island, which is one of our favorite. You can go to
love Harbor
Eleuthera. You can go to Nassau. You can go to other islands to support the Bahamas with your travel dollars.
All right. We got to go here. Anything else you want to say?
Just follow hashtag SoBoca,
SoBoca.
SoBoca.com on all the socials, baby. Thanks, Kylie, for joining me.
Thanks,
Thanks, Becky.
Okay, see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. You have been watching and listening to The Becky and Boca Show. Tune in every Thursday night at 6 p.m. to discover all the ways to spoil yourself and have a good time in beautiful Boca Raton. See you next week.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored